I was facing problem in my class that people were not coming to school. They weren't confidential enough to talk in class. They weren't free with me. They don't feel even comfortable in class as well. So I needed to generalize something in a way that people will love to be in class. People will love to come to school. You see, so I'm praying, and my core is they should come down to the lowest level. Then we find out what is going on here, what is going on, especially the rural areas. Most of them are not going to school. But what are we doing about it? Maybe.
Well, in case you are wondering why education has always remained one of the topmost priorities for most governments, I guess it's because, like they say, it is a guarantee for future security. Well, today, here on Faces of Ghana, we are at Obokwel to interact with Percy Jackson, a teacher in Ghana here, who is making education attractive for these little ones. Before we interact with Percy, remember to hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel, and also follow us on all our social media platforms. Okay, so I've been joined by Percy. Percy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too. I mean, I'm happy to see you. I've seen your video on social media and all that. So quickly, tell me about yourself. Who are you in 1 minute?
Okay, I'm Saki Percy. That's my name, and my stage name is Percy Jackson. I'm a singer, songwriter, and also I do drama as well. And I'm a teacher at Obokwel, creative art teacher at Obokwel.
Alright, so do you come from this area?
Yeah, I come from Kwel, Abitifi Kwel. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about what you do. How did you come here?
I was posted over here. I'm having my mentorship. That's my art program. I'm in level 300 at Training College, Abitifi Training College.
So now let's talk about the dancing and the entertainment bits. How did the idea come? How did you get the idea and the motivation in the first place?
You see, entertainment is one of the key when you want to bring people together. And as a matter of fact, if you want some people, or if you want people in your class to develop self-confidence very well and self-esteem, that's the best way to bring people together. So I decided that why don't I fuse in with something in my class, because since I'm a creative art teacher, and aside from that, through that too, as a creative teacher, you should be able to identify talent in the class as well. So I decided to do this dance to build their self-confidence, to help them, even if someone is having issues in the house, the person who might be able to feel free to tell any of the teachers around. So I didn't even basically do it with only my class, but generally the whole school, so that everybody can feel free with the teachers as well. So I decided to come out with a dance, because it's always about drama. So why don't we do dance so that it will balance? And also we've been doing singing and other stuff. But why don't I come with a dance so that we all the school will jump together, then have fun together. Then after all, maybe if someone is having problem with his or her friend, they will be able to solve, because entertainment is something togetherness. So why don't I do such a thing to bring people together and also to build my students' self-confidence? So I decided to come out with a dance to cover all these problems or challenges, because during our olden days, or during the olden days, people were feeling shy or even afraid to go to class due to the interaction they will be having with teachers, and also the canes that they, even when you appear from far away from them, you'll be seeing teachers with canes and others. So it was, some fear was in us, but I decided to come up with a dance for them to take out that fear from them. Yeah.
So my next question: when you thought of introducing, these creative arts to the school, did you have any opposition, for instance, from the authorities of the school, from the teachers? Because you said you are still in training college.
Training college.
You are
yeah.
on teaching practice.
Yeah, teaching.
So those who are teaching in the school already, did they sort of resist the idea initially?
No, not at all, because the creative art deals, or it's affiliated to entertainment side. So. And we have a topic based on that, based on the dance culture and those kind of things. So I decided to come out with such a thing. So since it's my topic of the day, why don't I seek permission, because it is going to be outside performance. So why don't I seek authority from my headmaster, then come along, then we do it, because it's going to be organized by the whole school, not only me. So I decided to go to my headmaster, then inform him about it, for him to also come with it. Maybe the authorities might not be able to agree on such a thing. So I first seek permission, and they were very happy that I'm bringing something new into the system, because as I said earlier on, it's always about drama. But why don't I come in with a dance? So as I shared my opinion with the headmaster, he agreed with me for the performance to happen.
All right, now let's talk about parents. I'm sure when parents got the news, you met some of them. What have they been saying? What have they been telling you?
People have been coming to my house. Most of the big let's say big people in the community, well, they are happy. One, I'm improving the education system, because someone can meet me and tell, nowadays my son has been coming to school early as possible. What is the reason behind motive? Sometimes I might not be there to tell them the truth, but they will meet someone and they, hey, there's a teacher in their school who is doing this kind of dance, and it is improving and having more interest and impact on the children. That's why they have been going to school early. You see, so with this dance, it has bring a lot of impartation in this school. But their parents are moving their kids from different school to come, because why don't we have fun? Because the SHS, we have entertainment for them. The tertiary people, we have time for entertainment. What about this case? They are not facing any good thing with entertainment. It's always about theory. So practical work has had a lot of impartation in the parent as well. So they are having more encouragement that, oh, my kid will be able to do it, even if he's not doing well or performing well. Since I'm there, or since I'm in the school, his or his kid, yeah, will be able to come out with good grades and other good work as well.
Let's talk about negativity. Have you received any negative reactions, for instance, from the community, from anybody? Has anybody said, me, no me or maybe, yeah, Christopher, some of the music you play with the kids? Have you received any negative comments, anything like anybody, any opposition so far?
No. There haven't been any negative, let's say, opinions or maybe comments anywhere. Even when you check on social media, my YouTube comments, and also the one medical posted and what I posted as well, there have been good and lovely comments. People, when you look at the olden days, as I was saying, they always go to class with fear and other, and due to that, a lot of people stop because I'm one of a victim to a friend, and a friend stopped schooling because of a cane. You see, so I coming out with those good ideas. People are loving it. I'm having a lot of fan base due to what I'm doing, and there's not the way out or the way to end it. No, I'm coming out with more and more to improve education in Africa as well.
I noticed the school doesn't have electricity, does it?
Yeah.
But then I noticed you use a laptop. Was a laptop provided, or you use your own laptop?
Oh, I'm using my own laptop.
Your own laptop.
Yeah, my own laptop. Yeah.
Now let's talk about teaching, because that's your profession.
Yeah.
In the next few years, let's say 5, 10, 15 years, how do you want to see yourself? How do you want to see education in Ghana, especially basic education?
I want education level to go very high, because relating it to the foreign people, our education system is far different from that. And teacher being free to a student is one of the good way which build teacher and what people relationship as well. So I'm trying to impact this kind of life into students, so that it will be like mother and kid relationship, so that they will feel free anytime they are facing problem or challenges. And that when you have a problem or when you have a challenges, then you own it within yourself. You'll not be able to come out with good solution. But at the first place that you share your idea with a teacher, you might have a simple solution, and simple solution will lead to a lot of success. So I am impacting this kind of act or dance or culture to improve education, and by 4 years to come, and education will be very lovely to the extent that even if you don't go to school, you won't even feel happy. Yes.
Right. Now, what advice do you have to fellow teachers? Some are in remote communities where, for instance, no electricity, no laptops, no gadgets, very remote communities. Some are losing hope. What do you have to tell them?
One thing I have to tell them is, like me, I came out with a dance, so maybe they might be even having special talent from mine. So I hope and I pray that this advice will go straight to them, that they should work on their talent as well, especially the creative art teachers. The reason I'm saying the creative, they will be able to identify the talent that the kids are having. You see, because someone on might not be theory or maybe being in class to study. Someone who might be a comedy or maybe dancer or maybe singer. So then you have to help the person, and through this you might get a lot of friends who will join you in class, and I can assure you that your class will be very far better. So there are a lot of talent that we need to develop in the system. So those in the rural areas and the urban areas, I urge them that they should come out with what they have in them and what will build their relationship, because you see, when you have this connection, and that's whereby it helps a lot in class. You see, but if you don't have this kind of feeling, love feeling for the kids, you don't play with them, you don't feel free with them, you have to give them limits. Otherwise, it will go to the extent of disrespecting. Yeah, but you have to give them some limits. Okay. You yourself, you have to give them some limits. You see, so that in class, you even you yourself, the teacher, if you don't go to class, you don't even feel happy. So by you building the great good companionship between you and the kids will make you even enjoy school as well.
Okay, finally, what's your call on authorities, the Ministry of Education, government in general? What's your call?
Well, my call to them is to help the education system, because you see, you might not be able to identify some problems unless you go down straight deeply, to the lowest level. Sometimes we don't go around to find out the challenges that some students are passing through. Most of the students don't even finish their school. They just stop schooling at time. But what are we doing about it? What are we finding out? What are some of the positive things that we are coming out from these people stopping school, or these students stop schooling and other stuff? What are we doing about it? We need to go down, then find what is the problem. Like what I said, I was facing problem in my class that people were not coming to school. They weren't confidential enough to talk in class. They weren't free with me. They don't feel even comfortable in class as well. So I needed to, generalize something in a way that people will love to be in class. People will love to come to school. You see, so I'm praying, and my call is they should come down to the lowest level. Then we find out what is going on here, what's going on, especially the rural areas. Most of them are not going to school. But what are we doing about it? Maybe it might be one or two problems that we need to solve, and that will cover everything up. So I'm praying that we go low to the lowest level, then also find out what actually is happening that many people stop schooling. It might be a little problem. It's not always about financial problem. Okay. It might be just some little happy that the kid need to. Because if you have money, that doesn't mean you have everything. Okay. No, happiness counts most than everything. Because the Bible says love is the greatest thing ever on earth. So if you have love for everyone, you have love for everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Percy. Your last words.
Okay. Last words.
Say something finally, maybe to your kids, to your parents.
To my teachers, I thank them very well, because they've been helping me up and down, and the kids as well. And I want to come out with a good foundation which will help us to come out with this kind of negative thing that has been keeping our kids away from school. So I want to come out with a foundation that will help us to go and find what is going on, so that the more we talk about it, the more we the teachers, because not every teacher will get time to go around.
So if we want to reach you, for instance, to support your foundation, social media, quickly tell us your handle.
My IG Instagram is Percy Jackson 4600, and you can follow me, my page on Facebook as Percy Jackson GH, and my YouTube is Dance God Jackson. Yeah. But
we want to pick some reactions from the students and to find out how they feel about Percy's initiative. And I've been joined by Christiana. Christiana, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine too. Right. So tell me, how do you feel about what your teacher does?
I feel happy because when she dances, I feel happy and comfortable. When I'm sick at home, crying, I feel because of her entertainment that you do, I feel to come to school.
Okay, so I've been joined by another student here, Priscilla. Priscilla, how are you?
I'm fine.
Do you like your teacher?
Yes.
Why do you like him?
He can teach me something.
And do you feel happy when you are in his class?
Yes.
You feel happy?
Yes.
Why? Because
he can teach me something in our classroom.
Faso atwema ngwala ne se e de ngwala na emba school tentem first na nkwala na omo o mehwa na omo ani nye adesua ho but asana o saninti no ama nkwala na ni gye adesua no ho pa e ma nkwala no so ba school ntentam me baba akọ na mehwa na ni nye adesua no ho but esan saninti Saturday kura mebeneda opese oba school nti ama nkwala no ani gye school ne ho nti ama school no so apaja.
It motivates the children in learning. Sometimes when they are learning, you see, they take the lesson. One period is 60 minutes. That is 1 hour. And you know these class 1 kids. By 20 minutes, they begin to focus on something else instead of what the teacher is doing. I remember when we were in JHS, when the class begins to bore, the teacher will ask us to go around the building 3 times. When we come, any question, then we begin to, the class gets lively. So this class 1 kids, and when it's about 20 minutes, they begin to bore. So what Percy is doing, he takes them to the field and do something small, then they come back, then the class begins to be lively.
So I've been joined by Mr. Wiafi Asante. He is a head teacher of this particular school where Percy teaches, and I would like to engage him. Sir, good day.
Good day.
So I want to find out from you what Percy is doing, the creative arts and the dancing, and then the entertainment parts with the kids. How has it improved performance? Please get closer to me here. How has it improved the performance?
The pupils are developing interest in the subject as a creative art is concerned. And then also, they have reduced the absenteeism. And I will see that people instead of the cordial relationship between the teachers and the children, even the teacher himself, the one who always performed it.
All right, so would you encourage more teachers to, learn from Percy?
Yes, for that one. When you look at how the children always follow, during the break time, the children follow him and do and play with them, and they are happy about it.
Thank you very much. Well, so you heard Saki Percy. He is the creative arts teacher here in Kwewu or Obo Kwewu, who is loved by his students and is trying very hard to make education attractive for his students. This has been Faces of Ghana. My name is Philip Abutiati, and this is YEN TV. Remember, if there is such story or any such story that we could cover, write to us and follow us on social media.